Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a good old-fashioned favorites video. I have a lot of stuff that I've had in the favorites bin and it's just kind of piling up and I've been meaning to film this. I've taken a little break from YouTube, just a little break because my mental health just wasn't there. So thank you for bearing with me. Sometimes I go through some things and I just can't get on camera and fake it. So the good news is I have a new camera and a new lens. So hopefully everything looks great. I'm hoping in this video, and I'm going to be tweaking it. Also working on getting a mic. I've never had a mic in my YouTube career. To be honest, I love the makeup side of things, but I hate the camera side of things, and Ian doesn't know anything about it. Ian's my husband, so sometimes I feel very frustrated and alone trying to figure out lighting, and I always want to have the best production value without actually having a team or anything like that. It's just little old me. So I did upgrade my lens. I had a pretty nice lens before, but I bought an even pricier lens, and then I got a similar camera, but my other one had an error showing, so I needed to get a new one. And so yeah, I'm just trying to work on getting everything looking nice and crisp and clean. So let me know down below what you think in terms of the lighting, if you can tell a difference or if there's anything that I need to change. With all that being said, I have so many new products I want to tell you guys about. Some of them I've had for a month or two. Some of them are new to me in the past couple weeks, and a lot of stuff is impressing me right now. I know that we're kind of overwhelmed with all the new makeup releases, but I have some staples here that are making it into my top drawer. So if you want to know what I've been loving, then please keep watching. So the first thing that I've been loving is something that I've been loving for a very long time. I don't mention it that often. I think it's just because it's an everyday necessity that I use, and I don't think to mention it to you guys, but I am working with Bombay Hair on this portion of the video. I love working with them. They have been the one and only company that I've worked with since I've been an influencer on YouTube. The two products that I use from Bombay that I've used literally since they sent them to me is, first of all, the most important one, which is their 32mm wand. Mine is dirty. This has been through the ringer with me. I have never replaced this. This is the same original one that they did send me, and this is my go-to. Every single time you see a video and my hair is curled, this is what I'm using. I don't use anything else. It literally just works. It heats up quickly, and I just love it. It just gives me the perfect curls. If I want a more, tighter curl, then I will pin my curls. If I want something kind of like today, I don't pin my curls. This just gives you the perfect tousled, beautiful, curled hair. This is the rose gold, I believe, but they also have a gold, and those are the ones that I would recommend. They have a smaller size, I believe a 25mm, which I would use if you want more of like a beachy wave, but this is more of a sexy curl to me. This is just my one and only holy grail hair curler. So anytime you guys ask me like how I curl my hair, if you look on my Instagram way back when, I've done videos using this bad boy, and it's just a staple in my everyday beauty routine. Something that sits on my desk at all times. When I travel, this is the only thing I take with me, and it really just gives me those beautiful curls that you see in all my photos. It's just my favorite. It's never failed me. It's still kicking, still working, so it's well worth the investment. Absolutely recommend this. And then the second item that I have is so dirty and disgusting. This is their flat iron, and same thing. I'm rocking with the same one that I've had since they sent me it. They'll occasionally say, hey, do you want some new items? Do you need a replacement? And I don't. They're still working. This just works so nice. It doesn't damage my hair. It straightens my hair super easy. So sometimes, lately I've been straightening my hair and I just straighten through it really quickly and then I'm good to go. That's like my lazy hair day thing. And then sometimes before I curl, if my hair's like crazy out of whack, I'll straighten my ends just to get that sleek look before I curl. But really, really love this. You can use this to kind of curl your bangs. You can use it to curl your hair, but I prefer the wand. But I really, really love this. It's literally so gross because it's been through the ringer. So I absolutely recommend Bombay Hair. If you were wondering, that is the only brand that I work with, and trust me, I get so many emails offering me paid deals with other brands, and I just have no interest because these work perfectly for me. Thank you to Bombay for sponsoring this portion of the video. I always love working with them. Literally cannot recommend their hair tools enough. Speaking of hair, I have a new hair product that I've been loving, and I hauled this in an Ulta haul I think a month or so ago, and I've really gotten into using it and fallen in love. It has great reviews, and now I see why. This is the Kenra Dry Volume Burst. And this is basically just like a texturizing spray. It says it's a soft hold volumizing spray. It's not a hairspray, but it's something that gives you texture and volume. So the way that I like to use this is I actually spray this on my hair very, very lightly before I curl. If you have issues with your curls holding, there's 2 tips I can give you. Number 1, you can pin your curls, which is a little bit more time consuming. I don't always love to do that. So if I don't want to pin my curls and I just want a hold, I use this. So when you kind of separate your hair, just a little bit of a spray on it and then curl, and it'll hold your curl. I'm talking about people with fine hair. I know people with coarse hair or really dry hair, it seems to curl like quick and easy. Mine is not like that. I have very fine hair. So I need something to give me some grit to grab on, and this does that. I don't notice as much of like a volume thing with it. I use it more so before than after, and then I typically will use like a hairspray to really set my hair in place afterwards. But absolutely recommend this if you're looking for something that's going to give you some grit, some texture, so you can really style your hair. Next up is a product that I've been using off camera for the past, I would say, week and a half, and I've used it every single day, and I am impressed. This is an affordable drugstore foundation that is so beautiful, and this is the new Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. Wow, you guys, this is a beautiful foundation. I want to do a full face of first impressions, even though this won't be a full, like a first impressions for me. I sat down to film it a week ago, and like I said, I was struggling with some issues and I just couldn't get in the mode, but I did continue to use this. I've worn this every day since I have got this. It is so beautiful. To me, it is matte, but it has a healthy skin look. It's not drying. So if you're thinking matte like Estee Lauder Double Wear, it is not as dry as that. It's kind of like a, what is it, like a skin-like matte. So it's matte without clinging to dry patches. The one thing I noticed about this is it is smoothing, very, very, very smoothing, and it has great coverage, even better than the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I mean, this has like phenomenal coverage. You just kind of swipe a couple, swipes all over your face. You can use a beauty blender or a brush. It is beautiful, you guys, and it lasts. It lasts. I wouldn't say it lasts quite as long as the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I feel like the Estee Lauder Double Wear just really sucks on and grabs on. That's what she said, right? But it is a close second. So I feel like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, I could like literally run 10 miles and then sleep in it for like 3 days and wake up and it's still like, you look pretty good. But this one is more of like you need a 10-hour day, a 12-hour day. This will get you through it. I can't tell you how much I love it. And I love this applicator. I love this because I can't stand getting stuff on my hands. It grosses me out. So it is like the Shape Tape applicator. I just find it so convenient. It's affordable, you guys. I'm in shade F8. I have it on today. They have a bunch of different shades, but it's kind of confusing in terms of which shade you need to be, so I would look for swatches, but absolutely recommend this. I saw Casey Holmes was raving about it, and I was like, that's my girl, because I love it too. And I hadn't seen any videos about it, but I hadn't put a video up yet because I just haven't filmed, and I knew I was going to mention it or use it in her first impressions and kind of rave about it, and then when I saw her raving about it, I was like, she knows her shit. Next up, quickly gonna go over something that I've been loving. I purchased 2 and I've been using them, and I haven't washed them yet because I wanted to have them aside for this video. And these are the little sponges from Stands Out Beauty. I love supporting indie brands. I bought these myself. They were $20 each, so they're not cheaper than the Beauty Blender, but there's something about the sponge that I love. I love the way it applies foundation. I love the way it applies powder. I would say I don't really like it more than the Beauty Blender. I like it just as much though. It's just different. So I'm intrigued that it's different, and what's weird about this is when you wet it, it almost feels like it's still dry. So it's kind of interesting in that sense. It's just an interesting texture. I just find that it blends my foundation beautifully. I love supporting indie brands, and I was pleasantly surprised. I saw Tati raving about it. I purchased 2 and I thought I'm probably gonna hate this because I am quite picky, but it's so soft. I think that's the biggest thing I see with dupes of the beauty blenders is they're hard, they're very firm. It's like a rock on your face. You're like, this isn't blending, and it's just like soaking up product, and it's just not, it doesn't have that bounce to really kind of blend the product in, and this does. So quite impressed. I would recommend it if you've been looking at it and you're like, does that really work? It does. Next up, I have 2 eyeshadow palettes I want to rave about, and the first one is the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival palette. This palette, I've been seeing it all over Instagram, so I did pick it up, and you guys, this palette is gorgeous. This palette is so cool, just all the colors in it. It's just different. I'm so tired of like 10 shades of brown. It's like, okay, we get it. Like, I need some pops. And I feel like a lot of times with palettes, we get a pop of, you know, a shimmery blue or whatever, like 1 or 2 pops. I'm talking about, I need a yellow. I need this like peachy coral. I need this mustard yellow. I need, you know, this beautiful pinky color. I need this blue. And I like that they're mattes, because a lot of times I feel like we get a pop of a shimmer, but I'm looking for, you know, some colors you can blend in your crease. So really enjoying this. The formula is beautiful. They have 2 highlighters in here as well. And this palette is just really good. It's really easy to work with. It's easy to blend. It has a mirror. So I have been seeing this all over Instagram and the looks were so beautiful. It sucked me in, and I think you will not be disappointed if you pick this up. The next palette that I've been loving is the one that's on my eyeballs right now. So this is fairly new to me. I've now worn it 3 times, but I had to mention it. This is the 35M from Morphe. The colors were sucking me in. These army greens and then these beautiful purples and cranberries. I just feel like, I don't know, those colors for fall, it's a twist on fall. It's not like an orange and a cranberry. We've got some different tones in here. We do have some oranges over here, but really what sucked me in was like these greens up here, these purples, and these cranberries. So this is the palette I have on today, and I was quite impressed. Again, when I used it, the few times I've used it, I haven't had any issues blending. And I feel like there's micro glitters in these shimmers. I just swatched a few for you guys, but it's kind of like crazy. They feel almost like tacky, like a cream base possibly, and then there's like micro glitters in them. So super pretty. The mattes blended beautifully. I haven't had any issues. I will be doing videos to come with this palette just because I feel like this is a beautiful color story for the fall. So let me know down below if you want me to do more looks with it, but I'm really excited. I believe it's $23 before code, and then you can use 10% off. So pretty good price for all the shades that you get. So my next favorite is something that I didn't think I was gonna pick up, and then I got sucked in and I'm really enjoying it. This is the Dose of Colors I Love Sarah E Soulmate Highlighter. I have really been enjoying this. This feels almost wet when you touch it. It's very creamy, and I'm wearing it right now. And I really just feel like this is an intense, blinding highlight. If I put on another highlighter and I don't feel like I'm getting that reflect, I will put this on top and it's just like, wow. I just feel like it's so pretty, and like I said, it feels almost wet. It's just like a cream, and it's beautiful. So I thought it would be too dark. It's absolutely not. I know there's another one that I was thinking about picking up, but even though these are pricey, I've really been enjoying this, and I just feel like it gives you that really extra wet look. Next up is a product that I've mentioned briefly, but I really wanted to kind of talk about it. This is the Luminous Powder from Iconic London. First of all, let me tell you, I work with Iconic London all the time, and it's because their products are all good. I have not tried one thing from them that I didn't like. I love their eyebrow cushion. I have it on today. I use it all the time. Their spray is so incredibly dewy. Their illuminating drops are insane. Like, everything they have, I've been enjoying it. So this I use a lot when I don't want to think about it. I want a more natural look. And this is basically like, I would say a shimmery bronzer or a highlighter bronzer kind of hybrid. So if you just want to use this to highlight, you absolutely could, but I focus more on the bronzy colors, and this is what you kind of come up with. You need a very light hand, and you just kind of sweep it on your skin, and it gives you a sun-kissed look. It's kind of like, instead of doing the bronzer, the blush, the highlighter, this is an all-over glow. It just gives you a healthy look. I think because I typically don't wear like a dewy foundation because it'll get oily on me, I need something to give me a little bit of like glow, or I just feel like sometimes I look matte, very matte, and I need something to bring that back without making me oily, and this is just beautiful. I really enjoy it. Their packaging is just insane, and just everything about their presentation. Again, I really like all of their products. A few of their products are now at Ulta, and if you read the reviews, they're like all great, and I was like, yep, I knew it. Like, their products are great. I think it's just more of an accessibility thing, so I'm hoping that everything comes to Ulta so you guys can get your hands on it easier than ordering from their website. But really wanted to mention this because I use this a lot, again, for those just natural days or days when I just want to look a little bit more sun-kissed. My next favorite is a product that I hauled about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and this is the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This is like a baked formula. I have the shade Medium Beige, which I would say this runs light because to me this looks like a light color, but this is a really nice smoothing powder. It's basically exactly what it says. I don't use it alone. I use it to kind of retouch if I feel like I'm getting a little bit oily or I'm just looking a little bit rough. I use this and just kind of retouch my makeup, and it just really does smooth and kind of just makes everything look more uniform. So I wanted to mention this because it is a more affordable product at Sephora, and I've really been enjoying it. It's become one of my top drawer powders. Next up is a brush that I've been seeing a lot of gurus using, and I was sent the brush and I've fallen in love as well. This is from IT Cosmetics, the number 7 brush. So this is a dual-ended brush. You have a concealer blending side and then the foundation side. I have used the concealer side and it does work. It has enough give where you can really get in there. I more so would use it for powder to kind of, you know, touch up under the eye. But I love the foundation side. It just has enough give to really give you kind of that airbrushed look. It doesn't take away the coverage, but it's not so stiff that you're kind of sliding product around. So I've just found that I really, really enjoy this, especially on lazy days. Days when I don't want to use my beauty blender, I don't want to wet it. I just grab this and kind of buff in my foundation and go. The downside to these are they're very pricey, but this one in particular I think is worth the investment. I never thought I would see the day that I was mentioning not one, but 2 mascaras, but I'm telling you guys, I have been so impressed with the new mascara releases. The first one I want to talk about is the Caution mascara from Hourglass. So I wasn't scented. I got this little sample from Sephora, and I have been so impressed with this mascara. Most mascaras really don't do much other than just add a color to my lashes that are white and you can barely see them. So this mascara gives me more length than any mascara I've ever tried. Literally any mascara I've ever tried. For me, it's worth it just because on the days when I'm not going to wear any kind of falsies, I usually would just not wear mascara because it just didn't even matter, but this actually gives me lashes. So I don't have issues with flaking or anything like that. I do set my face with powder, so I'm not sure about that. I know that's a concern for people. I never noticed that with me, but the length that this gives is insane, so they really killed it on this. I really, really love it. And the other mascara that really has impressed me is the new NARS Climax mascara. I really, really like this. I don't like it as much as the Hourglass. The Hourglass is a little bit more lengthening, but this is almost just as good. Now, I've been reading reviews and people said it's flaking. Again, I don't have that problem. I know everybody has different issues, but I just don't have that problem. I really don't remember a time when I had mascara flakes all over, so it's just not something that I deal with. So I have read that, so if you deal with that, maybe this one wouldn't be for you, but the packaging is beautiful, but the actual mascara is great. It really lengthens, and I don't know, it separates. I feel like it just actually makes a difference on my lashes. So this one and the Hourglass one really impressed me. Also wanted to mention an indie brand that I worked with a month or 2 ago, and I fell in love with their liquid lipsticks. And this is from the brand Ink of Elation. They have the coolest colors, you guys, just beautiful variations of nude. But they also have like bright reds and teals and just like vampy colors. So here's a couple shades and they're just so pretty. The first one is called Dune, which is like, I don't know, it's like that camel color on your lips, which is kind of the nude that I go for. And then also Hazelnut, which is like an everyday kind of mauve-y color. These are beautiful. They're one swipe pigment. They don't dry out your lips or crack or do anything like that. And I love, again, supporting indie brands. So check out their website. They have so many different colors and they have tons of swatches on their Instagram. And I love finding new brands to recommend to you guys. These colors are just so unique. And then my last favorite is from a brand called Hank & Henry. I'm sure you guys have seen it on Instagram, and I love supporting, again, smaller brands. So I did buy this. This is their Lip Luster Gloss in Presidential. I bought, I believe, 4 shades. You guys know I love the KKW Bronze Gloss. And this is similar. It's more of like an orangey, peachy reflect, but I just love it. I have it on right now. You could just put this over any nude lip, and it's just gorgeous. It just gives you that high shine, and it has glitter in it, but it's very subtle. It's just a beautiful, glossy, I don't know, glittery lip, and I just love it so much. This has a minty smell. The one thing I did notice is the applicator doesn't pick up a ton of products, so you kind of have to dunk in a couple times, but I've been reaching for this quite a bit, and it's just becoming a standout product for me from Hank & Henry. Alright guys, so that is it for me and my current favorites. I'm really happy to be back and just telling you about awesome products. So I have a lot more videos coming your way. Don't forget to check down below to check out the Bombay hair tools. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.